What are you doing, Tina?
What are you doing, Jenny?
We are two women living our best lives in the Black Hills of South Dakota, sharing our stories, laughs, and projects happening in the garage.
Whether you're looking for a bit of joy, a spark of creativity, or just a comforting voice, you can find it here. Unicorn!
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning,
Yo, yo,
Amy
yo.
Rose. How
Back
are you?
in studio.
It has been what feels like forever since we've been in here.
I know, it
'Cause
has
you
been.
were in Romania, and then we had the golf tournament, which, how fun was that?
Oh my, a blast. Can we go back?
Yes.
Is that John Daly?
Will John Daly be there?
Oh my gosh, Amy, you said it so many times. I only got it a couple times on video, but it was a thing. Amy kept saying, "Is that John Daly?" to every, I don't know, man over 60.
That passed by.
Everybody that looks like Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tina is grouchy today.
Mm-hmm.
She
I'm
doesn't know
not
why.
grouchy. I'm not grouchy.
You
You're
said
crabby.
you were crabby.
Crabby. There's
Same
a
thing.
difference. No, there's a difference.
What's the difference between grouchy and crabby?
Crabby is just, for me, I can't quite pinpoint why. Grouchy is like, I'm disgruntled.
What about grumpy?
I think grumpy and grouchy are a lot alike.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would agree.
Because
And you don't get like outwardly crabby. I can just see it.
Yeah,
on your-
and there's nothing. Like, there's not a single thing that happened. I had a great night's sleep. Dogs were good. Like, it was an easy morning.
it's because you're missing golf.
I
Yeah,
don't.
Tina, the little white ball.
I did want to go hit balls last night when we got home.
Do you have any jokes? Let's start her off with some jokes. See if we can get her to laugh. I have a good one.
Oh, yeah, good.
How do you say constipation in German?
Don't know.
Far from pooping. She's not laughing.
Seriously. That's so bad.
I think you're funny.
You two are like 8-year-old boys on the playground
Yeah.
this
So
morning.
all of our stuff, we came in and just like put it in the house last night, but we haven't done anything with it.
That could be why.
And my ADD medicine is in there somewhere, but it's not with me.
Oh no.
It's not in my body. So there's that.
God help us.
It's gonna be
God
a
help
good
us.
podcast.
It is going to be a good podcast.
Do you
I'm
have,
gonna
do you have a
try
joke
it.
that she hasn't heard?
I don't think I don't have anything that she hasn't heard.
You're not really a joke teller.
I'm not a great joke teller.
No, I didn't say you weren't a great joke teller. I said you're not a joke teller. You don't have like a repertoire of jokes
No.
that you can just rattle off.
I
That's
don't.
just not your jam.
No.
But
true.
when you tell a joke, you're a good joke teller.
I have a challenge for people. So I think people need to call and leave a voicemail with some jokes for Tina.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yep, jokes for Tina. Call us on our toll-free number, 844-605-LIFE or 844-605-5433. And Amy and I are going to use these for future crabbiness.
Yes.
There are Rick Coffey and Katie Leonard are two of the best dad joke tellers that I have ever met.
Really?
And when we would get on like team calls and there's a team chat in Teams, they would rattle one right after another. It's like they were both sitting in front of a dad joke book. Or if we were in person, man, some of them are so good. They're both really good joke tellers.
Why don't you tell us a joke?
I too am not a repertoire of. I think they're fun. Like, I just don't remember them.
My mind goes blank when somebody asks me to tell them a joke. That's the only joke I can ever remember. Is the far
Is
from
that
pooping.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same joke.
It's like
I
your
always
signature
tell.
joke
It
for the
is.
last however many years.
Let's just all say skibbity toilet and call that a joke.
Skibbity toilet.
Yeah, see, that's
It
funny.
does make you feel better.
What about if we start off with a voicemail?
Yeah,
Okay. That
that's a
might
great
cheer you
idea.
yeah.
Yeah, let's try that.
Mailbag.
Mailbag.
You just got a letter. Remember
It's
that from
time
Blue's Clues?
for the
No.
mailbag, the mailbag. Mailbag.
Can you record that?
I did.
We
I
are
know,
recording.
And now, I mean, I think that should be the intro to every voicemail we have, for real.
That was really bad.
That was good.
Hey, Russ, can you cut that?
Hey, Russ.
It's time for the mailbag, Mailbag.
Hi, Jenny and Tina. This is Samantha from Kentucky. I just wanted to take a moment to tell you how much I have enjoyed so much following you both on TikTok and listening to your podcast. You two are such amazing women, and I admire you deeply, not only for who you are, but for the impact you're making in the world and the difference you're making in so many lives, mine included. I'm sure this recording is not long enough for me to explain all that here, but just know you absolutely have touched my life. I truly believe God is working through both of you in such powerful ways, and I know He's going to continue using you to bless millions of people. It's going to happen. It's going to happen for you. Thank you for sharing your hearts, your voices, and your faith so openly. You're such an inspiration, and I'm so grateful for the light that you're shining. And Tina, if you had accidentally said your cell phone number on the podcast, I most definitely would have texted you, not in a weird stalker kind of way, just kind of like a one text, and if you had responded back to me, I probably would have felt like all of us had just texted me. I would have been so excited, so yes. But anyway, take care, and may God keep blessing everything you do and keep shining. I love you guys. Bye.
So, did that help?
We love
How
you
sweet
too.
is she?
Oh,
It worked.
so awesome.
Oh my gosh. We have the best people.
We really do. That was so sweet. Thank you to her for taking the time to leave us that message, because I think for us right now, messages of encouragement like that, they're just hitting me right in the heart. And it's great to know people are rooting for us to, do something big. And we're ready. We're ready for it, aren't we?
We are. I mean, we
fans.
came off. Stop calling me that, please, and thank you. We just came.
Just further evidence.
We just came off a big week, and I think it's probably a little, coming down off of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was a lot of peopling, like every day for, 10 hours, 12 hours.
One thing I think full transparency.
So let me just set the stage. So for
Okay.
those that don't know, we covered the Sanford International Golf Tournament last week. We provided social media content for the tournament. And so we got in on Monday, and we just got home yesterday, Monday. And so it was a week full of so many magical connections, but it was also just a lot of energy output. Like I told Tina yesterday on the way home, I said, we left it all on the field when in Sioux Falls.
For sure.
So that was
You really felt
awesome.
it at the end of the day. When I was with you, you're in it, you're excited, the day goes by like that. And then when you get back to the quiet at the chapel, it's just like, whoa, I am tired.
Yeah.
But you don't really feel it in the moment.
No.
Right.
It does drain you.
And I think, there was a lot of. I like to drive with nothing on, no radio, no nothing. I drove the whole way across the state over to Sioux Falls
get it,
with nothing on, and the whole way home yesterday with nothing on. And it's an opportunity for just quiet reflection, and full transparency. It was confirmation for me that I miss a client-facing position. I miss being in the mix instead of on a phone all day. Like, I miss being out in front of it. I do. I didn't think I did. I thought I was, 11 years being kind of behind the scenes and doing things from a phone and, sorry, just
No,
a
go
moment.
ahead.
Or from a Teams or, Zoom call perspective but I just, it's a different energy. I'm just better in it.
It was, what I was going to say is it was really evident to see the way that, especially, some of the behind the scenes videos that we shot on the golf course, how you positively lit up from head to toe. explaining, how to cut a cup and, a lot of things. But there was a spark in you. And we spent a lot of time together walking the course, walking from hole to hole, and just your level of knowledge and expertise about the game and about the course and everything that goes into it. I felt like I was in class a little bit all week last week, learning from you. And that was really, really cool. And I know a lot of our followers and people who watched those videos felt the same way.
Yeah, it definitely was confirmation for me that we've talked in the past. We're all three lifelong learners. We're very curious people by nature. But the other side of that for me is I'm a lifelong teacher. I'm a lifelong sharer of information and knowledge. And that component has been missing for a while in my previous role, because you're removed from being in front of people. It's one thing to share knowledge on a phone or in an email or, send them a Canva chat, a how-to video, excuse me. But to be in that energy is such a fuel driver for me. I don't know.
Has that always been a dream of yours to be in that situation?
So, good question. I think I don't know that I would use the word dream. I think it is a natural place for me to be. I feel very comfortable in front of a group. I feel very comfortable in a crowd of people being the focus to disseminate information. That, speaking in front of large groups is not, I don't feel trepidation. And anytime I get to do that in a sports arena, whether that's basketball or that's golf or, what have you, it's just, I feel like a kid again, but I also feel like the teacher. So
that's exactly what you are.
It's this cool combination of having like this kid-like energy and excitement to share knowledge, but to have this perspective of running the classroom and doing it in a way that's easy to understand. It's not demeaning or there's no talking down to people. It's very inclusive. It's like, hey, let me show you something, like fun fact type thing, rather than, well, this is how there's no mansplaining. And I hate that term. Somebody made a comment on one of the videos. It's, how ironic that you do realize that this is mansplaining, that they felt like that's what I was doing. And I pushed back a little bit and said, tell me how the verbiage that I'm using and how the tone of my voice is talking down or demeaning or negative in any way. Because that, to me, is what that word means.
To me, I listen to or I watch your videos and I'm like, I never thought I'd watch anything like this before. I think it's just because I think the word is natural for you. You teach it in a natural way. Where all of a sudden you're like, I've been watching this for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, so many people are like, do I play golf? No. Am I ever going to play golf? No. Did I watch this whole video?
Yes.
Fascinating. It's really pretty cool. And I think for me, one of my favorite parts is watching the engagement of people who have never played golf, but who've been curious about it and who are interested in it, but they just they don't know how to get started because there's this intimidation factor.
Right.
And I think it's really important for us to break that barrier and to bring whatever game it is, golf, basketball, like Tina said, to kind of demystify that and to make it accessible for everyone, because that's, to me, what golf is really about too, is making it available to everyone and allowing people who might have an intimidation factor to know just a few more things about the game and how to, watch a tournament on a golf course, how to be on a golf course, what's the etiquette like all of that stuff. And Tina just knows all that because she worked in the private club space for so long.
That was the very first time I've ever been to a golf course. I've been to one to sing the national anthem, and then I left. But I got to hang out and watch, and I learned a lot about golf.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great sport. And to go back to your question, was it a dream of mine? I think as kids we all have big dreams, and we all have many dreams. And I'm going to be 12 soon. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, what do I want to be when I grow up? I'm still trying to figure it out. How can I marry all of these things that I have a passion for, that I have an interest in, and, I feel like I'm good at? How can I marry all of those things into the thing?
Mm-hmm. I'm in exactly the same place. For sure.
I think you guys are kind of doing it.
We are kind of doing it. But, I think chasing a big dream is a mixed bag. And there's no, assurance. So say, for us, trying to move into full-time content creation, it's not like starting a job where you're going to get a manual and here's your employee handbook and here's how things work around
There's no
here.
SOP.
here's our culture and our mission statement and all that. And when you're doing something you've never done and you're learning the entire time as you go along, it's not all sunshine and roses, to try to chase something and build something new. And I don't care what that is. Like, if you're trying to lift something into existence, that thing is heavy. Mm-hmm. And I think I want to talk a little bit about that today.
Okay.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. So, Amy, have you ever had the experience of chasing a big dream in your life or a passion project or something that you're really into, and how did that go for you?
Well, I moved to Nashville to sing.
Yeah.
And I obviously didn't, become a star, but I experienced the life of it. I spent hours and hours in a recording studio, recording music. And I performed with some, famous country singers, which was really cool. So I got to be a part of it, but I never really made it to the very top because I had to trust the fall, like we talked about the other day, where I was singing on stage, cracked a joke, and then Jeff Wicks came up to me afterwards and said, "Do you want to be on a morning show with me?" And it completely took my life another direction in the radio.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
I didn't know that part of your story.
Yes.
I did not know that.
As a young kid, I always wanted to be a famous country singer.
That I knew, but I didn't know the transition to radio happened in Nashville in that way.
Yes.
I wasn't aware of that. That's a cool story.
I know. Yeah.
You have such a beautiful singing voice.
You do.
Oh, thank you.
You do.
Even the mailbag song?
Even the mailbag song.
It's time for the mailbag, mailbag.
So good.
What about you?
Yeah, Jenny.
Oh my gosh.
What about you?
Well, I would say, the biggest thing would be my business, which is 10 years old, Black Hills Advocate. And when I started Black Hills Advocate, I didn't even know what I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't know what it was called, or, I sketched it out on a piece of butcher paper one night about how I wanted to deliver healthcare advocacy and navigation. And I also think when you're lifting a new thing and you're doing something new in a space, doesn't matter what it is, that it's really invention at that point. You're inventing something new. And you have to be an evangelizer of that because it's something new. Nobody knows about it. Nobody has awareness. And it takes 1,000 hours, to educate people, to engineer face-to-face conversations, to get your information into their hands about, so that they can pass it on to people who might need it. And in the beginning, I think a lot of people thought I was crazy. They thought, like, what is she doing? She's never going to make that work. And 10 years later, I think it worked.
Look what you did.
It's still working.
It's still working.
And then some. I think all three of us there's a lot of commonality between the three of us. But I do think that the first no is not the last no, and we're all okay with that. And I think that we all find a way to yes, whatever that yes is for each of us individually. There may be a hurdle or a pivot or a door closes and you've got to redirect, or it's still you're always, even though it might be sideways or backward, it's still movement forward. And I think anytime that you're starting a new business, anytime that you're trying to follow a dream, you have to be okay with those things.
Yes. Yeah.
I think, excuse me, allergies, it's oak trees right now for me.
Yeah.
I also think that when you're starting something big, it's important to have the right people around you who are, throwing gasoline on the fire of your dreams, right? Instead of trying to naysay or say, I just, be the naysayer. And, I work with some young entrepreneurs who are starting businesses, and, the first thing I tell them is don't listen to what anyone else says. Don't listen to what anyone else says, and do not over Google things. Because, when I started, I didn't Google it. I just did what I was going to do, right? And I'm so glad I did, because I ended up doing it a little bit different in my own way. And I think that little bit of creativity that I didn't allow to be killed by over Googling and over researching, and because I think sometimes people get stuck there, right? They get stuck in this looking into it loop, the researching, the looking into it, and you pour thousands of hours into that instead of actually starting. And so I have a saying that I like. It's just make it exist first, and we can make it perfect later.
How do you do that? Oh my goodness. You always know what to say.
It's not going to be perfect in the beginning. It's going to be messy.
I remember sharing with my friends that I wanted to move to Nashville and sing, and they laughed at me.
Oh, gosh.
They were like, oh, yeah, right. Good luck with that, And my dad and my mom were in my corner. They bought me the guitar. They were like, go get him. Here's, they paid for the recordings and all that stuff. And then people were like, oh, my gosh, she's over there doing it.
She's doing it.
And that just fuels me. If somebody doesn't believe in me, all it does is make me want to do it more.
Right? The no is like, yeah, watch me.
Yeah. I'll show you. I'll show you what I
Same
can do.
here.
Oh,
and Jenny's the same way, too.
Please tell me I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be good for me.
I also come from a sales background. I've done inside and outside sales. And I think that also right-sized my expectations, because especially when you're trying to sell over the phone, the rule of thumb is 100 phone calls to 3 maybes. 100 phone calls equals 3 maybes equals 1 yes.
Wow.
And I think hammering a phone, making 120 phone calls a day was great training for me, to be able to be okay with the word no, And maybe it's not no, maybe it's not right now. But yeah. What do you think, T?
No, same thing. Anytime I think everybody should do customer service and sales.
Oh,
As a young person, if you can overcome objections and still find a way to treat that interaction with grace and kindness, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a receptionist for a while. And, I loved talking to the people. That was the best part of that job. Somebody coming in, with just having a bad day face.
Right.
And just turning their day around.
Right.
Yeah.
With a joke about, far from pooping or whatever.
Yeah.
Far from
There's, I think, too, we're, 4 months into this?
Wow.
And how timely that voicemail this morning is, because we have so many day-to-day interactions, and we hope that we're making a difference and that we're reaching the people that need to hear the message. But sometimes we don't know. And to get a voicemail like that from states away is validation in the trust fall. And the trust fall is easier for you than I think it has been for me, because I'm more structured. I'm very much you see the board from up above, and okay, that's you just go do your thing. Where I see the board from every piece on the board and from every move that could be made. So I'm still trying to ensure that there's forward movement, where Jenny is God's got it. Here we go.
God's got it. I say
Yeah,
it
it's
all
almost
the time.
like you see the big picture. Jenny's in the moment pushing forward.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic, because we talk about it a lot. Are we where we're supposed to be? Is the focus where we're supposed to be? How do we grow bigger, better, faster? How do we reach the masses? What's next? That's my question, is what's next? What's next? What's next? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? I am a whiteboard magician. I need to see and diagram things out. I need a plan. There needs to be an outline. And Jenny is take action. And whatever the reaction to that action is, you're going to take another action. She's very in the moment, and it's a good balance for me.
Yeah. I'm 30,000 feet all the time. So I feel like I see the long game, strategically. And it is a great balance, because there's no place I would not want to be. I mean, literally down in the granular part of the planning of things is not my strong suit. That's Tina's strong suit. So we're a good mix that way. The other thing about lifting a big dream is a little bit of advice I give to people is to form their dream team, right? So when I started my business, I knew kind of the expertise or the fields of expertise that I needed to engage in. And so I remember I called a meeting of the smartest people I knew in certain areas. I had an attorney, a CPA, an insurance person, and I just got all those people together in a room on a whiteboard, and we just banged it out, how the delivery of services was going to go. How was I going to charge for that? What does the contract or service agreement look like? So, I would encourage people, if you're trying to do something new and lift something big, you don't have to do it by yourself. You can, hand pick and choose from the people that or friends of friends to gain their perspective and expertise, because you're not going to know how to do every part of it. And so for me, it's like, how do I shore up the places where I might not have as much knowledge or a depth of experience, so that I can focus on what the dream is, like what my mission is and what I want to do. Does that make sense?
And what about people that are listening or watching and they're, middle-aged like we are, and they still have this dream that they haven't accomplished yet, and they're thinking it's too late?
We're 52 and
it's just getting started.
It's just getting started.
It's so inspiring.
We didn't see this coming. Like neither of us planned for this, and that's why I firmly believe we are not in charge. It doesn't matter what your plan is. He's going to execute his plan. He is going to. We're just the tools to the message.
Right. And when the trust fall for us happened, I asked myself some of those same questions, like, are we in the right place? Are we doing what we're supposed to be doing? And I meditate and pray about these things, and in my mind, all the lights are green, all green lights, like just go do it. And so
that's
I find
funny
that incredibly
you say that.
comforting. I mean, really, like in my mind, all green lights.
That's so funny that you
Why?
say that, because we've not talked about that. And when I think about this, when I think about what is the Unicorn Projects, what is that? It is. Do you remember the scene in the movie Forrest Gump when Tom Hanks is just running down the long, straight, open road, and it's got some hills, but it is forever long? That is what I see. It is a forever infinite runway in front of us with really no obstacles. And it's funny that you say it's just all the lights are green.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Interesting.
I feel goodness.
Yeah.
Just like a warm love of nothing but goodness when I think about you two.
Yeah.
And where you're going.
Oh, thanks, Amy.
I know, I'm going to cry.
Thank you. Where we're all going, really. I mean,
You're coming with us.
We could not.
It's
Try getting rid of me.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're on it too, sis.
Everything's more fun with a friend. And my thing about the trust fall is, I told Tina, I said, when you as a human in the world try something new, there's obviously fear of failure and a chance of failure. But I'm like, okay, if it's not going to work, let's fail fast. Let's fail fast and then figure out our what's next.
Regroup.
And so that's kind of where I'm at with it. If we're gonna fail, we're gonna fail fast, and we're gonna move on and do whatever. But I don't feel like that's in the cards.
And I think
Truly.
I don't either, for the record. But I think that's entrepreneurship in general, is there's always this fear of failure or coming up short, or how am I going to make ends meet? And that's where the risk reward comes in. I mean, it's too big to hold back because of that fear. This is too big.
Yeah.
It's too important. And
not for us,
No.
but for other people, right?
I feel like my arms are as infinitely long to scoop all the things up. And so if I can't, like, I have to succeed, like that has to happen. This needs to happen.
Right.
It's like this global hug that only we can give. So fear has to take a back seat. It has to be open. Like I am exposing, like I'm ripping my chest open to expose all of the safety and love and acceptance and goodness and positivity and community that people need. And it's like we're right here.
We want to give that to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So badly.
It's so cool. It's just, I have these hits of things when I think back of, coaching little kids. When I played college basketball, I coached middle school basketball at the same time, or, coaching Jackson and Dr. Fromm's son at Open Bible basketball camp, the basketball team through Open Bible Church, or junior golf lessons, or, adult private lessons. And there's always this soul connection. It's the only, like, I touch my chest because that's where it touched me. It's like this connection to each person. But this is bigger. It's so much bigger. I think we're right where we're supposed to be.
Yeah. And, I just want to go back to my faith again. I really do this every day. Like, I try to take a quiet moment, close my eyes, and really connect with my inner voice inside of me. And I'm focused on being a good receiver of the message. And right now, my meditations and my prayer have been so incredibly reassuring. And we ran into Corey yesterday from Young Life, and, he was talking about, the Young Life renovation, and he didn't know how it was going to work and doesn't work, but he forgot to pray about it. And he's a youth pastor. And I said, why do we forget? Like, why do we always forget to, like, tap into the one who has all of the information and can help us navigate? Because it really is kind of a decision, right? You can either be the one who's trying to wrench something out of somebody's hand with your own strength, or you can just say, God, will you help me with this? I don't even know what the next step is, but put it in front of me and I'll take it. Sometimes it's as simple as that.
So true. So true.
How's your mood meter now?
Yeah, I'm a 10.
Good.
See? Talking it out.
See?
That's the magic.
What should
Hashtag
people
do good.
take home from our message today? What is the moral of this story?
I think whether it's your work or your passion or something that maybe a career move or a career shift, I would tell people to, number one, keep the faith. Number two, don't let anyone deter you from your dream. And number three, and I'm going to have Tina talk a little bit about this, which is think it, do it.
I'm a big think it, do it person. And that's daily tasks or, larger planning. If there is something that crosses my mind, I have to take a step of action toward that thing. And it might not be full completion, but it's a question that gets asked. It's an email that gets sent. It's a note that's written. It is an action step of progression. And I think if we have that mentality of think it, do it, you're always moving forward. There's no complacency.
Stagnation.
Yes, there we go. Same word. There's no complacency. There's no, you don't get stuck.
So give us an example of think it, do it.
So, here you go. So, one of the things that we talked about at the tournament through the week was how do we do things better next time? What do we do? What did we learn? And on the drive home, we wrote those things out, pages of things and planning and, structure. And this, I think this would be a good story. And this morning I have sent 3 emails already to move 3 of those things forward. So it could be something as simple as, man, next year I think that we should find a way to put an ad in the
Yes.
booklet that is at every location that tells people, you know, the course map, who the sponsors are, how to be a good spectator, where the food is, you know, all of the things. It's an informational booklet. So,
And it had a picture of John Daly.
and it had a picture of your buddy John Daly. And one of the things that I said to you yesterday is, we need an ad in that. And so I've already emailed Lawrence and Schiller to figure out how do we get space in that booklet for next year.
Awesome.
And so I also tell people that I'm mentoring or my team or whatever, it's like volleyball. And you have all these balls, you know, it's volleyball practice, and there's 20 balls on your side. You got to pick up every single ball and knock it over the net so that you've put it out there and now you're waiting for a response, right? So I get real anxious when I get emails and I need to respond to them, which is, you know, like I try to do that same day. But hit the ball back over the net, because that's how you move stuff ahead. You keep advancing ahead. So don't have a lot of balls on your side. Get them back over that net or launch it over the net for the first time and see what comes back to you.
And do it with purpose. You know, I find, and I've been guilty of it too, that your inbox gets to be 200-300 emails or tasks in a day, and you're responding just to get it off of your plate, like you're lobbing a no-nonsense question over the net to be able to put your hands up in the air and say, oh, I responded, like I'm waiting on them. You know what I mean? Let's be intentional about
that's true. Absolutely.
getting the thing over the net. That's the think it, do it. It's an intentional movement forward to completion.
Yeah, and another thing, there's going to be obstacles.
Oh,
There's going to be obstacles. Don't make that stop. I mean, don't stop because of the obstacle. Learn from it and talk about it later.
Because chances are there's going to be an obstacle either way. If you stay comfortable, there's also going to be obstacles, which then you may end up being resentful about because they're obstacles that are not related to the big thing that you want to do. So I also think singleness of purpose is important, where we all have so many things, and you know, when somebody's starting a passion project, it's usually their side project, and you want to make it your main project. But then my question is, what kind of time are you investing into it? So if you're putting 30 minutes a day into your passion project, that's probably not going to get it done. So I would say blocking out intentionally, getting granular with your calendar so that you can have dedicated time to that thing. I always think of that, what is it, like 10,000 hours you need to practice at something to be good at it?
to be good at it.
And if that something is what you want to do in your life, then sharpen that saw. And in my mind, I always think it takes 10,000 hours. Where am I at? Where am I at in the 10,000 hours? Am I just kind of doing it when I think about it once every couple months? Or do I have dedicated time set aside on my calendar to grow this thing? And I think that's what it takes.
One of the things that stuck with me throughout my life, and it's something that Jesus says, I never said it would be easy. I only said it would be worth it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I think about that every day.
That's a good message to end on. Say it again, please.
I never said it would be easy. I only said it would be worth it.
It's good.
Yeah. We do have to give our phone number and website.
Website is theunicornprojects.com. Our phone number 844-605-LIFE or 844-605-5433. Or you can message your questions to info@theunicornprojects.com.
All right.
Amen.
Unicorn.
Unicorn.
Thank you for tuning in to the Unicorn Projects, hosted by Amy Rose with Jenny and Tina. Music by Caroline Kilty. Produced by Russ Haddon. Engineered by Chris Jaquez. It's the Unicorn Projects on the Home Slice Audio Network. It's time for the mailbag, Mailbag.